Welcome to Rock City Cookies, where we talk about all things cookies. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon to be notified when we upload a new video. Thanks for watching. Hello, sweet friends. Welcome back to a new video tutorial today. We are nearing the end of October, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So today I wanted to honor breast cancer survivors and those who are currently in the battle of their lives by making some breast cancer awareness ribbons. Now, this design can be modified to show support for anyone else who is suffering from a different disease or illness. However, since it is October and this set was actually ordered by a current breast cancer survivor to thank her chemo facility, we went with Breast Cancer Awareness Pink. The first thing you need to do for this cookie is outline the entire cookie with a thick consistency icing that is the same color that you will be flooding the cookie in. Once the outline is done, you will go back with a thinner icing of the same color and flood your cookie. Flooding cookies is actually one of my favorite parts about decorating. There's something very soothing and calming to me about flooding cookies, and it's not a part of the cookie decorating process that takes a lot of focus. So it's just very calming. I love watching the icing kind of melt into each other. I don't know why, but it really is one of my favorite parts of decorating. Now, one of the reasons that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month is because 1 in 8 women in the US will be diagnosed with breast cancer in her lifetime. 1 in 8. That statistic is staggering, and we know early detection saves lives. So here are some things that you can do. Learn your family history of breast cancer. Tell your doctor about your family history. Ask if you should work with a genetic counselor depending on that family history, and build healthy habits to lower your risk. And of course, make sure you place a high priority on those yearly exam visits and those mammograms. Okay, back to the cookie. I do want to mention that I did pop any air bubbles, and then I let the cookie dry for several hours before I started this marker work. Anytime that you do marker work, it is so important that your base icing is very, very dry. Otherwise, your marker will punch right through. And I also want to mention that if you have air bubbles in your icing and you put your marker over an air bubble, it will also punch through because the icing is so thin because of the air bubble in your icing. So I know it's impossible to get all of the air bubbles out. However, try your best to get most of them out to prevent any accidents from happening. The markers that I used here are listed in the description box below. I added a little bit more detail to our ribbon by adding 2 little hearts at the bottom of the ribbon, and that's it. The breast cancer awareness ribbon is done. It was a super simple design, which was great because I had to crank out a lot of them. Now, I did record all of these decorating videos in time lapse, so I thought it would be fun for y'all to see how quickly I wish I could decorate all of these cookies. Okay, let's move on to the little hearts that I also made. Now, this was kind of a spontaneous decision to decorate these little hearts. The cookie cutter for the ribbon has a heart cut out in the middle, so it automatically cut all of these little hearts when it cut the ribbon. And I just didn't feel like I wanted to waste that cuteness and that dough, and so I thought I would go ahead and send little hearts with each ribbon as well. Now, when I have a whole lot of little cookies of one design, as I'm doing here, you can see I put them all on my cookie turntable at once to decorate. It definitely helps to save time when you do this. In fact, I know a lot of cookiers who actually put their cookies on a cookie sheet and they never move them off until they're done decorating them. So they don't even use a cookie turntable, or at least they don't use a cookie turntable when they are outlining and flooding their cookies. Now, I can see why they do this. It definitely saves time to be able to do all of one step on multiple cookies at a time. However, I am just such a weakling, and when I have tried to do that, it hurts my arm to stretch my arm and pipe all over the tray. So I like to have my cookies right in front of me. That way I'm not having to hold up my arm while I'm working. So really, that's the only reason why I do not do that. So I think if you are looking to save time, it is something to try. See if you can keep your cookies on the pan and decorate multiple at a time. I just know for me, it doesn't work. It hinders my flow instead of helping it. So that's why I don't do it. Okay, now that these cute little hearts are outlined, let's flood each cookie, making sure not to overfill these because they are so tiny, it's really easy for the icing to spill over the edges. Now, I was thinking about that 1 in 8 number, which means if you yourself are not affected by breast cancer in your lifetime, you will know someone who is, which is quite a sad and humbling thought. So I want to do one of two things with this video. I would like to hear your stories of brave women that you know that have been affected by breast cancer. Maybe even you have been affected by breast cancer and want to share your story. I want you to know that you're strong, you're loved. I want to encourage you to keep up the good fight and to not give up. And number 2, I want to put love into action. So if you share your story either in a comment on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, in a message privately to me, however you share your story with me of your own journey or someone in your life who you love, you or the person you nominate will be gifted a free dozen cookies. And I will send out these cookies at the end of November. So the nomination must take place by November the 15th. Of 2021, and I will send out the cookies by December 1st. And you will actually be able to decide if you want this design, which is the breast cancer awareness ribbon and the little hearts, or because it is December that they will be receiving the gift, you can choose for me to do a Christmas theme as well. And that's it. There's no more other stipulations than that. Just share the stories of the women that you love or share your own story of your own journey. And I will pick a winner on November the 15th and contact them directly. My own grandmother is a breast cancer survivor. She is no longer with us, but when she was, you would never have known that she had to fight such a hard fight. She had a mastectomy, and then she was able to go on and live for another 30 years. I'm incredibly grateful for her strength. Her early detection really did make all of the difference in the world. So I celebrate her today, as well as Robin, who this set was originally for. I'm so proud that last year she was in the middle of her fight, and today she's still standing here with us to celebrate her children and her grandchildren, and I'm so grateful for that. So it's your turn. Let me hear your stories. Since these heart cookies are almost done, I did want to mention that when I originally did the hearts, I thought that they looked too plain, and I wanted to make sure to tie them into the breast cancer awareness ribbon as well. So that is why I decided to pipe little pink ribbons on top of the hearts. And since these hearts weren't a part of my plan in this set at all, I think it definitely turned out to be a happy little accident because I think they worked really well with the ribbon. Okay. This is the last one, and then these little breast cancer hearts are done. Now, I did package them together when I heat sealed them, so I put in a ribbon and a small heart into one package, and then I heat sealed them together. So that is how I packaged these cookies. And because they were going to the staff of this chemo facility, I did want to make sure that they were all individually sealed to keep any germs out, and so that each staff member could just individually grab a bag. And just for fun, let's time lapse these as well. Okay, sweet friends, this is what the ribbon and the heart look like together. I think they turned out really well. We do have this cookie cutter listed in our Etsy shop, which is in the description box below if you're interested for either the breast cancer awareness or any other illness or disease awareness as well. Don't forget that all entries to receive the dozen free cookies must be submitted by November 15th. I look forward to hearing about your journeys or the ones that you love. All right, friends, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.